This is 9 Sports with Sports Director Steve Schneider.
Hi, everybody. Some big top 10 battles in high school football tonight, right here in Baton Rouge, including the big clash between number 6 Catholic and number 7 Dutchtown in 5A. Take you out to Olympia tonight, where the Griffins were on a roll, undefeated 4-0, coming in against the 3-1 Bears and trailing 7-0. They find Eddie Lacey, the running back, on a receiving play for the touchdown. Griffin fans excited about a 7-7 tie, but Lacey later coughs up the football on a nice defensive play by the Black Hat defense. David Dyson, or rather Landon Kemp, with the hit that sets up this touchdown run. 18 yards by Todd Lee. Catholic never looks back in winning by a final of 23-13. Elsewhere, we had up in Clinton tonight, the Redemptorist Wolves taking on Clinton Eagles, ranked teams in 3A and 2A. Joshua Robinson starts things off early by hitting Byron Williams for the touchdown, erasing a 3-0 Wolves lead. It was 6-3. Clinton later, though, same kind of problem. Fumbling the football, the turnover, not good for them, as Redemptorist Jonathan Green would cash it in with a touchdown to put the Wolves up by a score of 10-6, and Guy Mastretta's team ends up taking control of the game and winning. All your scores and highlights coming up in just minutes on Sportsline Friday night. Well, the LSU defense tries to make it 5 for 5 against Tulane tomorrow. We're not talking about victories. The 4th game in a row, we saw Steve Spurrier in South Carolina bench the starting quarterback after little or no success against the top-ranked Tiger D. And Glenn Dorsey and company have started to embrace their reputation for retiring opposing quarterbacks.
We hear people say, people telling us, a quarterback has survived, stuff like that. So, I mean, it's just motivation for you, whatever you can take from the game to motivate you to play to another level. I'm all for it. So, I mean, if people want to make a big deal about that, then that'd just be extra motivation for us.
They're real good. They can run. They're big. They're strong. I mean, it's a challenge. I mean, just look at the numbers. They're the best. You can't argue with that. They're the best. So it's gonna be a challenge, but it's gonna be a fun one. I mean, it's a good test.
Be a challenge for me just to be there at 11 o'clock in the morning. The other game is Southern at 2:30 in the afternoon, taking on Alabama State, and Southern big play receiver Gerard Landry is getting some competition from somebody in his own family this season. That's right, Gerard's little brother Jarvis, who wears the same number 80 and plays the same position for his high school alma mater, the Lutcher Bulldogs, tying a state season high with 5 touchdowns last week, including this one in the clutch on a 4th and goal in overtime. And the amazing thing to the big brother and the rest of us, Jarvis Landry doing all this, even though he's only 14 and a freshman, playing his first full season of varsity football. We asked Gerard, who's better now?
I give it to my little brother right now because, I mean, he's only in 9th grade, and what he's doing already is great accomplishment. I mean, I ain't scored 5 touchdowns in one game when I was a senior, so 5 in one game, I mean, I was very shocked, but I know he was capable of it because, I mean, he put in the time, and I mean, he loves football, so I know he was capable of it, and I'm proud of him.
LSU soccer wins, Southern soccer loses, and West Virginia football team beaten by South Florida. More news coming up after the break.
Now's the best. Now's the best.
In its 18th season, the most comprehensive coverage of high school football in South Louisiana. This is Sportsline Friday Night. And now the WAFB sports team, Steve Schneider and Jacques Doucet.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Sportsline Friday Night. I'm Jacques Doucet along with Steve Schneider. And already, week 5 of the high school football season, a blockbuster game to lead things off. An excellent pep rally today at Catholic High, which you'll see some video of a little bit later. But first, the game.
Absolutely, and Dale Weiner's Catholic High Bears jumped in front in this game, 7-0 on a Ryan Lewis 1-yard run, but Dutchtown rallies in a hurry. Eddie Lacey, the running back, used as a receiver. The Bears caught napping. That touchdown sends the Griffins into a frenzy, a tie of 7-7. But back comes Catholic with their big defense. This hit on Lacey in the backfield by Landon Kemp, forcing the fumble. 18-yard line. Very next play, Todd Lee skirts around the right side, beats the tacklers to the end zone, and puts Catholic back in front by a score of 14-7. Next to last play before the half, 17-7, Catholic in front. Lacey beats 2 defenders, but then drops the football at the goal line. Dutchtown forced to try a field goal, misses it. Then after stopped at their own 8-yard line on a 4th down try, they allow a field goal by Michael Leday to make it 20-7 Catholic. Back comes Lacey, bowling his way into the end zone for the touchdown. Point after no good. Catholic still in front, 20-13. Leday puts the final nail in the Griffins' coffin. A 38-yard field goal. Catholic High wins this by a final of 23-13. Both teams 4-1 on the season.
Let's take you to the pit. It was homecoming for Santa Maria tonight, and homecoming queen, Amber Nicole Smith. Her father, Danny Smith, an assistant football coach there as well. Santa Maria led 14-0 at the half. Panthers opened the second half with a 7-minute drive. Quarterback Brett Thibodeau rushes for a first down. 4th and goal at the 3. They kick a field goal to make it 14-3. It's Sterling Perryman who kicks the field goal a little bit later. And then, first play of the 4th quarter, Adam Hebert, the great wide receiver, rushing through to block the punt on special teams. And Santa Maria gets great field position out of it. Then, Josh Jordan, the WAFB high school